tonight, News 5 investigates fake gold. We discovered it's being sold in grocery store parking lots and at gas stations in Colorado Springs.
People are handing over money for jewelry that experts say is worthless. Investigative reporter Patrick Nelson looking into this for us tonight. And Patrick, the dollar loss here seems to be adding up.
It is. Jewelry experts fear the losses could be in the thousands in our area. We were first alerted to what was going on out here by the manager of this pawn shop here behind me near Austin Bluffs and Academy. He says over the span of the last few weeks, one customer after another brought in what they said was gold that they bought from a nearby parking lot from someone who approached them. Well, now we know it was a bad deal.
Anything does come through the door at some level.
Reed Robbins runs Altitude Pawn near Austin Bluffs and Academy in Colorado Springs.
You do see really kind of cool stuff. You see a lot of day-to-day type things, tools, jewelry, firearms, things of that nature.
But Robbins says lately he's seeing a troubling trend.
We see fake stuff from time to time, but not in this volume.
Customers, one after another, bringing in what they thought were valuable gold necklaces and rings.
We've seen 25 or so just in our shop here, which means that around the other pawn shops in town, they've seen a ton also, and the people that haven't even, it's not like everybody goes and buys this and then goes to a pawn shop trying to sell it or do something with it. Most of them are probably keeping it.
Robbins shows us how he tests gold jewelry to see whether it's real or fake.
So what we're doing is we're taking a scratch here, which theoretically it should be the gold. And then with the brass items, it's doing, at any level of acid, it's doing this, where it is just dissolving it. And so that tells you that it's not gold. But as we talked about, if you have here, if you also put it here, you're also going to get a discoloration.
It turns out this jewelry is brass. Gold experts at Hallenbeck Coin Gallery say this is why the discovery is so costly. A men's 30-gram 18-karat gold necklace could be valued at almost $1,000. A 30-gram brass necklace is worthless to most people, valued at only a few cents.
And that didn't set off bells until that same day. We had like 5 or 6 people in with the same thing, and by then I was just going, I hate to tell you, I'm just saying these are just not real.
Customers say they paid for the jewelry in the parking lot of nearby gas stations and grocery stores after being approached by a seller with a desperate story.
They're approaching saying, hey, we just need gas, we don't have the money to, the cash to do this, I got this ring, type of a thing, and or bracelet or necklace.
It turns out this scheme isn't unique to Colorado Springs. Just last year, it was a major problem in California. Typically, the losses in fake gold are anywhere from $40 to a few $100. Each case on its own will not rise to the level of getting much attention from law enforcement. But Colorado Springs police say you should still report it because it helps to connect the dots and put a stop to the fraud.
That adds up, 40 here, $50 there. If it rises to the level of a felony, we could put that all together.
When we first brought these fake gold concerns to CSPD, investigators weren't aware this was happening, but now say the work of News 5 Investigates will be useful in providing an important citywide warning.
Hopefully, if they're ever approached by somebody or if they ever think they're going to be scammed, they're going to remember these stories and say, well, wait a minute, let me think about this.
After seeing so many of his customers paying for what turns out to be fake gold, Robbins says if anyone has concerns about buying parking lot gold in the future, he's willing to help.
If it's too good to be true, assume it probably is. Or, like I said, make the offer of saying, hey, I'll give you the money, but let's go over here and have it tested and see what their reaction is.
Now that this story is out there, the belief is that these sellers may move on to other communities, so it's still worth sharing this news. But I talked to other businesses that deal in gold, and they say fake gold is actually a big business in itself. They've had to invest thousands of dollars in technology to detect fake gold that comes through their doors every day. Always watching out for you, Patrick Nelson, News 5 Investigates.